everybody and welcome back. Firstly, just very quick, I'm sorry if the lighting's a little bit weird. I've had to close my blinds kind of because the sun was so bright that you couldn't really see anything, so hopefully this works better. But yes, today I'm super excited to make this video. I just think it's going to be a really great, it's more of a fun little discussion than the video itself, but hopefully if it works out I'll be able to have a follow-up video as well. So basically the question I have, and obviously I have an answer to the question too, but I'm most excited to hear your answer to the question. The question I have is basically if you could recommend only one film, and I think that it's something that you could really think about, and think about that this is the one film that you're going to recommend, and everybody, like the whole world, will get this recommendation of the film, okay? And so, you know, young and old, and, you know, both genders, you know, it's a film that you would recommend to everybody. But it's a film that I feel like you should recommend that you think that they could take something from. Now, it doesn't have to be like an inspirational film or a moving film. It could just be a film that you think is really funny and will make their day, or a film that you think is great that they'll want to watch tons of times and they'll be so glad that you recommended it to them and that they found it because of you. But like, what is that one recommendation that you would give if you could only give one recommendation of a film? So hopefully that makes sense. Like, say for example you just watched the new Avengers movie and you absolutely love it, but would that be your one recommendation if you only had one? So you've only got one chance at the recommendation, so I feel like you gotta really pick wisely of this recommendation, because like I say, you know, if you're recommending this to a bunch of people and you could only recommend one movie, this is the one. What would be your one movie? That's what I want to know. I want to know what would be your one movie and a reason why. Like, why you would recommend that one movie, because really it's a big deal. There's so many movies in the world, and if you were only recommending one, that movie must have some kind of special resemblance to you if that is the movie that you would pick. And then, also, so once you've if you put a comment, you know, I'd recommend this movie, I'd be really interested just to know which movie you'd recommend and why. But then, if it kind of works out, you know, if people put some comments of what they would recommend, I want to then do a next video of kind of talking about, like, I'll just pick some of the people's recommendations and maybe watch those films, or if I've already seen those films then maybe I'll watch it again and then talk about those films in another video. I think that'd be really cool about their one recommendation, because like I say, if someone's going to recommend one film and that's the only one recommendation they get, it must mean a lot to them. So I'm excited to see what kind of films mean a lot to you and what films you would you know, want to pass on to other people and stuff like that. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And my film, I feel like, though, I love this film, it's a fantastic film, but I have talked about it many times in many videos, so I feel like it is a little bit repetitive, my answer, but it's definitely the answer that I would give. The film that I'd recommend, if I was to recommend one film, would be Into the Wild. And I've always known that, and I've always thought that. It's always a film that I recommend to people if I, you know, have a friend and we're just talking about movies. I'm like, oh, have you seen Into the Wild? It's a movie that I would recommend to anybody and everybody. And I've already kind of been doing that just in the process. But definitely, if I only had one chance to recommend one film, this would be the film. This film is a fantastic film. It's based on a true story, but I feel like I kind of took so much from it, so many lessons from it. I learned so much from it. I feel like everybody can learn something from this film, whether it's from the main character or people that he meets along the way. Basically, he goes on these travels, and it's just a fantastic movie. It's beautiful, it's kind of, you know, inspirational, the soundtrack is fantastic, it looks incredible, and it definitely inspired me to want to travel more. But also I took some lessons from it of kind of what, I guess, not to do, and I don't know, it gives you some food for thought. I just really love this movie, and I feel like even if you're not interested in travel or anything like that, you can still take something from this, and I feel like everybody could get something from this movie. So I definitely would recommend everybody to watch it at least once. So I feel like that would be why what happened to that sentence? That would be why this would be my one recommendation, was what it was supposed to say. Because yeah, it's fantastic and I love it. I've seen it multiple times, and I feel like, I don't know, it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I feel like even if it wasn't their cup of tea, they'll still take something from it. It's definitely an unforgettable film. Once you've seen it, I feel like you won't forget it, and it's fantastic. So if you haven't seen it, this is my recommendation. I would think that it'd be a great thing for you to watch it. I highly recommend it, but again, I've talked about it multiple times in many videos. It's definitely one of my favourite films, and I'd obviously give it 5 stars. But yeah, this film means a lot to me. I love this film a lot. So I want to know your recommendation. That one is my recommendation if I was to only be able to recommend one film in the world. I would recommend that film, and I feel like that's a big thing to put onto that film. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. But yeah, like I say, have a think about it. Well, to be honest, I kind of knew, because I don't know, I guess I'd already been, you know, mulling the thoughts in my head already. So I had known, but I did think about other things and really tried to consider, you know, what I'd recommend. But no, I would definitely go with that one. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, which film you would recommend and why, and then I'll try and do another video. I'll pick some of the recommendations and I want to talk about them, and if you've put a reason, I'll try and like read the reason out and compare it to my thoughts of the film or whatever. We'll just go with the flow with it, see how it works. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about that. I can't wait to read your comments. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this little video. I was really excited to make it, and I'm more excited to find out which film you'd recommend. But yeah, until then, I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye!